As a coin collector, I'll oftentimes wonder, I'll hold a coin and wonder to myself, who's had this coin? Where's this coin been? How many people have had it? Well, with the banknotes in this video, really makes me wonder. And I'm going to assume that these are notes that were sent home from a soldier during World War II to his family back in the United States. And he had found on these notes a heart shape so that he could write essentially make it a love letter to his wife. And so, as you can see on this note, he has in the heart, it says, "You have my heart, dear." We flip it over, and inside the same watermark heart, it says, "Love to Eula and children from Theo," with a plus. So I found that very interesting. When I saw this, I found it at my favorite local coin store. He doesn't really specialize in foreign banknotes, but anytime they come to the shop, unless he thinks it's particularly valuable, he'll just drop them all in a two for a dollar bin. That's where I found this. But yeah, I was thinking that if you found a letter from a soldier to his wife from World War II just on a letter, that might end up in a museum somewhere. And then for this to end up in my personal collection almost makes me feel bad that there's probably some family out there who has lost an heirloom that belonged to their great grandfather who just ended up not really thinking much about it. But maybe at the same time, it's the kind of person that just wanted to downsize. They don't remember these people as before they were born, and they didn't need to hold on to it. But either way, I found this to be very interesting. So this particular note is from France. It's a 50 francs note from 1940. In the catalog, it's going to be KM93. And on this side, the person featured on the left is Jacques Courir. And then we'll flip this one around. We have a lady here who appears to be spinning some wool because she has some sheep in the background, and I guess she's just got a rod that she's using to collect it. According to the catalog, the background here is a scene in Bourges. So the catalog value on this particular note is $15 in very good condition. So what do you think? Is a note like this that has a backstory to it, is that going to make it more valuable? Not that I'm looking to sell it, but I just found this particularly interesting. But then there was another one from the same person. This one says at the very bottom, "Love Theo." So that's going to be just like the last one. Also on the bottom, it says this is 45 cents in US money. So he's trying to tell his family this is what we're seeing here in Europe. At the top, it says somewhere in Luxembourg. So in case they didn't recognize this as a Luxembourg note, that we had that written on the top. And then on the right, it says Belgium money, which wouldn't really make sense at first, but there's kind of a note that explains it when we flip it over. So on this side, it actually does say Luxembourg, which is how Luxembourg, how they spell their own country. And his handwritten note at the bottom, it says good in Luxembourg and Belgium. So during this time of World War II, they must have allowed you to spend this note in either country. It kind of reminds me of maybe it'd be like you go to Niagara Falls, Canada, and they would take both Canadian and American money there. I guess if it's close enough to the border, they would do that. So this one has a value of Zwanzig or 20 franc. So normally Luxembourg has a currency called the franc. I don't know why it was franc with a G on this one as I bump the camera here. So this one has a date of 1943 right here. KM42 in the catalog. This is Allied occupied World War II. This side features Grand Duchess Charlotte, who is the ruler of Luxembourg at the time. Let me flip it back over, showing the farmer on the other side. And I've noticed that the farmer here has a sickle, which I equate with Soviet symbolism. And so I'm kind of wondering, since this is Allied occupied during World War II, is that Soviet symbolism that's carrying over here? Or is it one of those things where a lot of people would display a sickle on things until the Soviets' symbolism kind of ruined that for everybody, and then people stopped using it. That's just something that I've been pondering. Now, my catalog says that this one only has a value in very good condition of 75 cents. However, it's not that common online. It looks like looking in a place like Numista, they would say this is closer to $10 in value. Not that I'm looking to sell it, but I thought it's interesting that the difference in price on this one versus the last one. Then we're going to add another one on here where the same guy wrote German money with the swastika on the very left of that one. So this one is a German Rentenmark from 1937. Catalog number on this one is 173B. Now, oftentimes this note is found with underneath the one right here with a stamp with the year 1948 on it. If you find something like that, it was a reissue by the Soviet-occupied part of Germany. And so it almost seems like there were more of those when I was looking online than the version like this without it. Now the color has faded on this one a little bit, but the entire background on this side of the note is supposed to be yellow, but it's not really showing up for me all that well. This one is has an 8-digit serial number at the very top in red. If you found it was 7 digits, that one would be worth a little bit more. And it's noted as a Rentenmark because this was following the days of the Weimar Republic in Germany where they had out of control inflation. And so this was an attempt by the bank to stabilize the economy. But as the Third Reich took over, you would oftentimes see Reichsmark, the name of the new currency. Also, there is an embossed spot here in the bottom corner. As we flip this one over, this particular note also has a wheat on the back. And so a lot of the Renton Pfennig coins that I've seen as a coin collector during this time also have wheat. So I feel like there's 1, 2, 5s that were made about this time that also show wheat on it. The catalog value of this one in very good condition is also $5. So what do you think of these? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye.